Hi, this is Jean-Marcel. Today we are going to work on Shoka Shofutai Sanshuike. Sanshuike uses the same shape, the same form as the Ishuike and the Nishuike Shoka that you have done before. It uses the Shin group, the Soi group, and the Tai group, and you can use different material. We use 3 different material. You could use the material for Shin, and then the second material for Soi, and another one for Tai. But in the modern days, we tend to mix the material. You can look on the right-hand side here, and you see 4 ways of arranging Sanshuike. Today, we're going to work on the D section, which means you have a different material for Shin, for Soi, for Tai. But I will make one exception, and the material that we will use for Soi, I will use for Shin Asherai as well. Today, we will still be using 9 Yekweda. However, I will eliminate the Soi back Asherai and the Taitani, and instead I will be adding 2 extra Asherai to the Shin, one at the back and one at the front. Before we get started, there is just a reminder of how we measure the material for our arrangement. If we're using a taller container, then we measure by the height. The Shin is 3 times the size of the container, the Soi 2 times, and the Tai 1 to 1.5 times the size of the container. Today we will be using 1.5 times the size because we want to have a proper mizugiwa, and the material we're using, the santini flowers, need to be higher so we have a nice mizugiwa. If you're using a wider container, then you measure by the width. So the Shin is 3 times as wide as the container, the Soi 2 times, and the Tai, the same thing, 1 to 1.5 times the width of the container. Today, we will be doing 1.5 times. We are using red dogwood for the Shin group, and we start by inserting, as you see from the front view, the Shin back, and the Shin front. Here we have the side view of the Shin group before we add the Asherai. We completed the Shin group by adding 2 Asherai, one at the back, which is an aspidistra leaf, and one at the front, which is red dogwood again. This is the front view of the completed Shin group, which has 5 stems. In this side view, we clearly see all 5 stems of the Shin group, and the fan is developing quite nicely. We have now inserted the Soi on the left-hand side because this is an Ongate arrangement. In the side view, we can see that we left some space between the Shin Asherai and the Soi. That is where we will now introduce the Soi Asherai. Having completed the soy group by inserting the soy osieri, we now have 7 stems, 5 in the shin group, 2 in the soy group. Clearly you can see the shin group and the soy group in this side view of the arrangement so far. For the Thai group, we are using santini daisies, and as I have mentioned earlier, we are using them at 1.5 times the size of the container so that we have a nice clean mizugiwa, as you can tell by looking at it from the front. It's still one trunk. And the side view showing the Thai shin inserted at the front. We will now complete the arrangement. We have now completed the arrangement by inserting the Thai seki at the front. And as you will notice, we have eliminated the Taitani. You can have a look at the mizugiwa and see that we don't have any hanging leaves in there. We have a clear view of the arrangement. And finally, a front view of the completed arrangement of this Shoka Shofutai Sanshuike. We've used red osier dogwood for the shin group, aspidistra leaf as an osieri for the shin, and as soy and soy osieri, and santini daisies for the Thai group. For more information on the Shoka Shofutai Sanshuike, you can consult your material either in the Joy of Ikebana, in the Shoka Shofutai 1 or Shoka 1. In any of these books, you will have more information.